Oysters are a big deal in New Orleans.
Whole lot of shucking going on.
And shucking oysters is an art.
Well, every once in a while, I got to make sure the oysters are good.
And Michael Hollywood Broadway, a master shucker at Acme Oyster House, the French Quarter, considers himself the best.
Put it down. Once you cut it open, pop it, slide it to the wide side, cut it from the shell. But while it's still attached to the shell, you can just shake it and make sure it's served clean and cold every time.
With a sharp knife in such close proximity to a hand for so many hours, over so many days, over so many months and years, even the best slip up occasionally, right?
Find that hole.
Or do they?
And it's all about controlling the knife. You put more pressure on the oyster and less pressure on the knife, and you have no reason to cut in your hand.
Hollywood has been doing his thing for nearly 39 years, entertaining and making a name for himself along the way, shucking oysters for some of the biggest names around.
I shuck oysters for Muhammad Ali. I was working at the Hilton Hotel, and I had the opportunity to shuck a dozen and bring it to the champ to his room.
That was in 1976. Hollywood was just 19 and had only been shucking oysters for a year. Over the years, he's worked at just about every oyster bar in New Orleans. But Hollywood found a home at Acme, where he spent the past 30 years.
The infamous Hollywood.
His boss says shucking and New Orleans are really all Hollywood has ever known. So when Katrina came and forced Hollywood to relocate to Dallas, his Acme retirement didn't last very long.
Gave him a sizable little retirement check, and 30 days later he decided he missed it too much, so he was out of retirement. I said, man, it was the best business ploy you could have ever made there, you know, Hollywood.
So on any given night, Hollywood is right over here behind the oyster bar, shucking from the beginning of his shift to the end. 1,700 to 2,000 oysters a day, and he never stops.
The knees hurt, the hands hurt, the back hurt, but you just pick yourself up and get ready for the next day. Go home and take my medicine, Jack Daniel and cranberry, and soothe the nerves.
Likely sporting nerves of steel after all these years, it's the dedication to his craft that makes him stand out.
It's artistry in motion.
And it doesn't take visitors long to realize they are witnessing something special.
I learned more about oysters in the past 10 minutes than I've ever known in my whole life. I mean, he's like a cultural asset to New Orleans.
For Hollywood, the lure of the bright lights, raw oysters, and good conversation will keep him around a while, especially with the son about to head to college.
He said, Daddy, you going to be around when I graduate from college? I said, yeah, buddy, you owe me a lot of money. I'm going to be here a long time.
On your side, Scott Walker, WDSU News.
A great story. Louisiana has the biggest oyster industry in the U.S., but oyster beds are still suffering from the BP oil spill. And the